Jack left me a comment wanting to know how Ron White did his superhuman challenge. He even asked Ron how he did the challenge, but Ron never got back to him. So this video is for you, Jack, because I'm going to explain exactly how to do Ron White's superhuman challenge. So let's first hear what the challenge is.
This challenge is called the Pickup Artist, and for good reason. You're going to work your way down the bar and introduce yourself to every one of these women, 15 of them who you've never met. You need to find out their names, their telephone numbers, and an interesting fact about each of them. You will then have to recall these 3 things from 5 girls chosen at random.
So to recap, the challenge is to memorize the names of 15 women, their numbers, and 1 fact about each woman. Okay? Now there are some assumptions I have to put into place in order to do the challenge. So the first assumption is that there's a limited amount of time to memorize all this information. So if Ron wanted to, he could go back and review the information from each lady. He could do that. Because in the cameras, it kind of just shows him going to each one time. Maybe he memorized them, paused, and then went on. Or maybe he went back to the ones he wasn't certain about. So that's an assumption I have to consider when doing this challenge. The second assumption is when the ladies are giving the facts about themselves, they have to make the fact simple, okay? So this lady,
I can play ice hockey.
is talking about she plays hockey. That's very simple because you can have a fact that's like, okay, I won the rodeo when I was 17 years old when I had my arm in a cast. So that one big fact, it's pretty long, but still one fact, but it'd be really hard to remember that because you have to remember all the different pieces to it. So we could also assume that you just have to be close enough to the fact in order for it to be correct, okay? You don't have to say the exact same words that the ladies did when they were telling their facts, all right? So those are the assumptions I need in order to do this challenge. Now the method is very, very simple. So the first thing is you're gonna have a memory palace with 15 locations in them. Each location is gonna have a single woman, okay? So all the information about that one lady is going into the corresponding location. And so that's going to make it so simple because there's no way for you to mix up information between the different ladies. But there is a twist in how you actually want to memorize the information. So the ladies sit in the exact same seat when they're recalling. All that happens is this, one of the judges goes to a lady and says, okay, call her. And so as you can see in the clip, that's exactly what happens. So you don't actually have to memorize the face of the lady at all. You can just memorize the location in which she's sitting on the stage. So if she's the 7th person, all you have to do is jump to the 7th location in your memory palace. Or if you want, you can actually use the method I taught you on how to remember names. Use that method so when you see the person the judge points to, like, oh yeah, that's, Beth. And you're like, oh yeah, Beth. Oh yeah, I saw Beth in the 2nd location. So the process could work like that. So it's either way you would want to do it. So the way I would do it is each lady would have their own location and I would just visualize the lady into the location. So when I see her, I'll see her in the corresponding location in my memory palace. Now the next thing is to change all the information you're given into an image of some sort. Okay, so if she says her name is Beth, okay, I'm like, oh Beth, I see Beth on the kitchen table. And I actually see the whole person, okay? I'm not just saying I see Beth, I see the whole person. Now I have to change the name into an image. I'm like, Beth, bath. So I see her taking a bath on my table. Probably not the best thing to be picturing and describing. That's on the table. Next, she gives me her number. I have a number system, so it's very easy for me to change all the digits into images, then place them at that location. Then lastly, the fact, she says, she rides horses. I picture a horse jumping over the bath or something crazy and weird like that. Maybe it jumped through the bubbles or something pretty weird, okay? So that's what I would picture. And I would do that for each of the ladies, okay? Every single one. So I did all 15 on stage. And so in order for you to really do this challenge, you would need to have a number system. Ideally a 2-digit number system so the images don't repeat so often. Next, you have to be really good at changing words to images because when you try to memorize their name and the facts about them, you have to think quickly on what image you're going to be picturing for them. So that's what you have to do. So the technique, the method for this is very simple. Just have a memory palace, change all the information about the ladies into images and place them in the corresponding locations. Now to recall, it's very simple. So like I explained before, the judge is going to go up to one of the ladies, say, call her. So all you have to do is either you visualize where she is in your memory palace, or you're going to count her off. You're like, oh wait, she's in the 10th seat that you mentally create on stage, because you could just number them randomly. So you're like, oh, she's in the 10th seat. That's going to be the 10th location. My memory palace, boom, there she is. And then you just recall the information.
Right now, we're going to pick 5 women at random. You have to remember each of their names, the facts they told you, and their numbers. And you're going to have to call them with this.
Okay.
Marilyn, come on over. Who's he going to call first?
Ronnie, please give this woman a call.
All right. Ronnie, please call cowgirl number 1.
So of course, in the video, Ron has to actually, call her. And so you go there like, oh, I see the number, 578-216-5332. Like, okay, like, oh, hey, Beth, how's it going? Oh, you like to ride horses, right? Yeah. Just like some banter. And that's how you do it. And that's how Ron did the challenge. So the challenge isn't really that hard. It just comes down to a lot of practicing beforehand. Because if you don't really know or have a number system, it's going to be really difficult to memorize all those numbers. Because you have 150 numbers to memorize. The names, not too hard. If you just kind of practice changing words, random words into images, names is no different. The only thing that might happen is when they're giving the facts to you, you might have some facts that might have similar ideas. Like if you have someone's a champion in horse riding, but someone's a champion in hockey or something like that, you really want to make sure that you have champion of hockey and champion of horse riding as 2 complete images, and don't just make an image for champion, because you're like, oh crap, there was 2 people who were champions, but I didn't make the extra image to let me know which one was which. So that can happen. It happened to me many times when doing the Tea Party event in the USA Memory Championship. A lot of times when I was practicing. Woo! Problems. But that's how you do it. Now, the challenge isn't ideal on how you would actually memorize information about people you meet out in the world. So for that, I'm going to make a completely different video because I don't want this video to be too long. But this challenge is different because you know how many people you're meeting, you know how much information you're getting. The only thing that's random is what exactly they tell you, right? Their name, numbers, and the fact about themselves. That's the only thing that's really random. But out there in the world, you have no idea who you're going to meet, how many people you're going to meet, what they're going to say, and when you're going to see them again. Ron White knew he was going to see these people literally right after he finished memorizing them, right? Memorize them all, then had to recall them. So it's very quick turnaround. But in real life, I would not use exactly this method because it just depends on who I'm meeting and how long I need to remember this information, or if it's just a random person I'm never going to see again, but I just still want to remember information about them for that night, then I'll do it, And so it kind of varies on the situation. So there you go. That is how Ron Wright did his Superhuman challenge. Hopefully, Jack, this answers your question on how he did it. As you can see, it's not really too complicated. With a lot of practice in the background, you can do it fairly quickly. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Look forward to the other Superhuman videos I'm going to be making. Because I know I did one so far. I didn't forget. I just got caught up with a lot of different things. But I'm going to go back and try to do all the different Superhuman challenges and try to see if I can do them using purely memory techniques. So you don't want to miss out on that. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.